Let's see here. Adam Robertson's my name. I'm coaching down in Crestview, Florida. I actually live in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, though. It's a town in between Destin and Panama City Beach. So right now, my neck of the woods is pretty nuts. All the spring breakers think they can take over my area. So it's been pretty wild. Let's see. This season will be I think it'll be my 10th season. I switched careers. So my degree's in construction management. Did that for a little while. Switched over to coaching and teaching back in 2012. Started in the Mississippi area. Did Mississippi for, that was 5 years. So this will be my 5th down in Florida now. Was offense in Mississippi for all 5, and now I've been defense for the last 5. So it's been a heck of a ride. It's been a lot of fun. I've coached everything from a 14-1 state championship team to the 1-7 team we were last year with COVID and a bunch of youngsters. So it's the highs, the lows. It's all been there. Just hoping this year will be a little better than last season. That's the main thing. A 3-4-4-2-5 hybrid. So if you're going to get heavy on us, we have it built into the package where we can match that. It's not like something we have to kind of install during the week. But if it's our ideal situation, like 2x2, 3x1, we're probably going to be a tight front and some sort of either quarters or single high zone match.
Gus Smith, this is actually just my 5th year of coaching. I'm pretty young. I'm actually really young. I started this career at 18 years old, fresh out of high school. I'm actually, 24 right now. I'm taking this season off, going back to college. I'm probably the oldest graduate in my class, maybe about 27 maybe. So that'll be fun. But I've been coaching at Southern Bend High School. I started off middle school coach, just offensive, defensive line. I've done it all. So it really kind of feels weird just being on one side of the ball because I love defense. I study the crap out of it. I study like a defensive line coach all off season. I think it makes me better on either side of the ball. But I think this makes me better. I've coached in a variety of systems. I kind of got my feet wet in coaching Flexbone. I had a really good Flexbone coach around here. He kind of taught me a lot of the ropes, taught me the if-then theory of the offense. So just kind of getting to that. And now I'm in kind of more of a spread option type system. Throw the ball around a little bit with a lot of 10, 20 personnel. So it's really not all that different, but obviously every system's got its little differences in between every one of them. But so I'm excited for this. My first one. So it's a little tackle trap. Now, I'm just speaking from we're kind of a game plan type team. So we see a little bit of tight front. A lot of the tight fronts we see, I always try to look at how that inside backer is fitting, who he's reading. And I learned for a lot of the tight front teams I see, they key that guard tackle bubble. So whenever they see that tackle outside release, no matter what they're going to plug, they're either going to plug. Are they either going to plug or are they going to scrape exchange? So I don't really know what you're doing. It's kind of a little hard there. But so I have both tackle and guard releasing that play side, inside backer. I'll be expecting the scrape exchange. With the tackle outside releasing, I'm hoping that they'll force that 4-eye to box the kick out and not spill it a little bit because he's got a collision. That tackle might feel stretched for a half second, and then he gets kicked out by the tackle. So that's what I got for now. Got a little bubble screen on the perimeter as well. So the little thing I picked up from Flexbone, the reason you get in condensed sets is because it ices off a lot of blitzes. All right. Well, usually when you get into condensed sets and he's kind of nodding his head, I'm talking about Robertson. It does kind of make some of the angles a little tough. You present those extra gaps in there, and I think it's good on short yardage, goal line type situations.
Yeah, so to me, that's just been the answer. When the guys get real tight, bring somebody from outside of them. So we bring that corner off the boundary and then just play a cover 3 behind it. So the safeties would have, one have the outer third, one have the middle third, the other, the field corner would have the other third, and then we got our outside backers playing. We're matching, so the jack would actually have one of the backs, and then your Sam would have the guy bubbling. And then we're slaying everything to the field. So I'm expecting the ball to probably try to go to the field, especially with that 2-back look. Some sort of I would expect outside zone, power read. That's everybody's favorite out of that look. So just get everybody moving and try to cause some havoc because we've been running the floor right now for about 3 years, and we know people are trying to. They love the outside zone. They think they got to look at the outside zone because of the angles. They think it looks at like buck sweep, They like the trap or the dart. So just try to get the guys to move, and especially show some movement early in the game. Try to get them out of that kind of stuff. Try to, force them to try to go back up the middle where we want the ball to go. And that's the whole reason we're in tight in the first place, is we want the ball to try to get in the middle there where we're all plugged up. We're going to run a little twist action there to the. I'm assuming the quarterback's probably going to be right-handed. Yep. So get him to hopefully see that action and roll to his left with all the moving parts coming on that side. We'll have our best speed rusher away on his backside, being the contain rusher to hold that guard locked on him, and then he'll bail in the middle. And then defensive-wise, we're playing what we call our goal line quarters, which we actually have we call it covers because so they're bailing, and on the bunch side we're making a box, just your traditional quarters box look, but it'll be they'll be in the bail theory. And on the other side it'll be just your traditional quarters, and that will him exiting, he's going to help him get underneath in case they try to get somebody across the field to put a fourth guy on that side.
Just I study a lot of Andrew Coverdale's old stuff from the bunch attack. I love his old bunch stuff, all the spacing concepts. So just here's basic spacing concepts. You got slant arrow to the field. Kind of wish it was slant. No, I think of two guys in the middle. Anytime you see one or two guys in the middle of the field, I think that's just the most underutilized part of the high school passing game, is that middle of the field. I think we see a lot of fade outs, slant arrows, which we have drawn up here into the boundary. Set off coverage from 1 and 2 to the field, so we're trying to attack the quick area with slant arrow. If your safety jumps a slant, you're going to hit him with the sluggo. Quarterback's read. I'm not a quarterback coach, so I hope I don't sound stupid here, but he's reading that field side inside linebacker up to the bunch, looking for a premium look, which would be him going toward the bunch, or a non-premium look, which would be him going toward the slant arrow side. So just kind of trying to flood that middle of the field as much as possible. Hit those underneath zones. You said you had off corners. You got a mini curl out to the field, or boundary, mini curl, the arrow up there. Try to flood that flat space up there. Get some easy throws for the Q. So yeah, up front we just got bob protection. So your twist might have killed us a little bit, but. I was pretty fortunate enough to be able to, I wouldn't say introduce, but at least refine this play at my last stop. Like I said, I had a flexbone kind of background. We're just going to run a little inside veer to the left here. We're going to double team that inside backer to the backside safety. Okay, so either way, if he scrapes, we got him with the tackle, guard to safety. If he plugs, guard got him, tackle goes to safety. So we got a 2-for-1 there. We're going to kind of scoop that backside nose, that zero tech, out to the backside backer. We're just going to try to cut off that backside end. Our what we call a B-back, the dive back here, he was, for lack of a better term, not a very smart guy, but he was really good at it, running hard straight ahead. So we kind of got to use this play quite a bit last year and kind of used his strengths a little bit.
We'll peel with those two guys. So if you were to, try to flare, because it's 3rd and 2, try to flare something, they had peel on that. The mic was plugging too with them, so it's a 6-man pressure, and then we'll be rotating late. We're lucky enough to have an athletic period, so we'll sit there. We'll have film during the week, so we'll find out whatever back's indicator, maybe it's the center's indicator, something that lets us know to rotate. So we'd rotate late. That's why the field corner was loose. He'd roll up and press kind of late, and then we'd have that cover one. Expect it either hitches, usually 3rd and 2, like at my area. You're getting hitches, slants, or you're getting what you showed pretty much is something downhill run. There is, this would be a game plan thing, because usually with cold, we don't bring those 2 outside guys. But by being condensed, we're just going to switch them because I got the linebackers there. That's why we call it Charlie. Charlie tells the linebackers where to go. So Alpha, they go in the A's, Bravo, they're in the B's, Charlie in the C's, so forth, so on. So we would just switch them there. So it would end up being cover 0. The free has the back. The Willie and the Mike now have your slots. The corners have the receivers. And we're just trying to make, a catch and throw as quick as possible to hopefully disrupt the timing and hopefully walk away with a win.
Stack on the field side. They're kind of just there for show and tell. Honestly, we're never going to throw that bubble or whatever you want to call it out there. We're just trying to drag those extra 2 guys out there. We believe we got man coverage. Really, I think with a lot of man coverage on the goal line, you can outnumber people with Q run game. We saw a team do this to us a few years ago. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, on any of this.
No, we lost the game in overtime because of that. Trust me, I know you're not wrong.
All right, well, that blitz actually would be pretty tough on our H-back here. Is that number 2 to the boundary. We call that a Lucy block where the X cracks on that little, end man of line of scrimmage, force defender. H comes around. So it'll be a double Lucy. We got H and the A coming around. Q just following their asses. We got the guard going out there, just basic pin pull. Well, let me just say this has been a blast. I've loved every minute of this. I don't think there's any doubt who's going to win this one. It's not going to be me. I was really impressed with. I don't know, man. I was pretty impressed with some of your stuff tonight, I guess. I kind of come from small school. You don't see. We actually have a pretty progressive schematic conference, but we're still pretty far behind the times compared to you guys in the South. So I think you're going to win this one a little bit of a landslide. But if you want my Twitter handle, it's at Coach. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. I have 2 Twitter accounts. I always forget which one's which. Oh, I've got one personal and yeah. All right, so it's at Coach Gus Smith 1, just real plain and simple like that. I love talk ball anytime. Like I said, I will not be coaching this fall, and that does break my heart quite a bit. So anytime I get to do something like this, gets the juices flowing, get to kind of feel like it's Friday night again, just 7 o'clock, different occasion. But other than that, I'd love to hear what you have to say, Coach Robertson.
I'll second that. This was definitely a lot of fun. I know everything looks like I'm blitz. I think that's what hurts you. So such a blitz mode right now. I did a little into this, and they were 80%. I only do it 20% of the time. I get crazy with it, but the situation the coach gave for the chalkboard kind of dictated.
Yep.
You said we love condensed. To me, that's how you kind of stop kind of win for a reason, usually to get out. So just that we would game plan. It's been a lot of, especially in the offseason. Like you were saying, get the game turning again. My Twitter handle is actually like Coach Rob.